And then I found the Twitter account of the daughter of Vice President Leni Robredo. Okay, so a lot of people were like being reminded of the case between Leni Robredo and Bongbong Marcos. And even though I'm an Ilocano, I'm not actually pro Marcos. Okay, in fact, I dislike them for their corruption. However, I'm neither a Leni Robredo supporter nor Bongbong supporter. Okay, I'm not into personalities. I'm more into ideas. So, according to the daughter, so Jillian Robredo is a name. So, what was at stake this election? She said, character matters. Okay, telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. Although I don't have banks, my Asian banks hurt now. Okay, my brain hurts. There's a lot to unpack there. Although that's just like a two-liner. What was at stake this election? Character matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. Although you're right. I mean, you're damn right in saying that. But if you're referring to Joe Biden as character matters, I mean, look at that. Okay, I said, there's again my tweet. If you're getting your news from very fake news that tried Russia, and spread race hoaxes for 4 years, no wonder you're so gullible and ignorant. I said that to the daughter of the vice president in this country. If this is what you mean by character, better buy some brains. That's the reason why my brain is hurting now. I mean, Joe Biden, if you did a bit of research about Joe Biden, he's been in politics for 47 years. Okay, unlike Trump, he's been in the business sector for decades. In the meantime, we have Joe Biden, who tried to run as president for the first time in 1988. But then again, like I said, he had to drop out because of character issue. He's a serial liar. And let me show you a story from AP in 1987. As you can see, there's a date here, September 22nd, 1987. Senator Joe Biden claimed during a campaign appearance in New Hampshire that he finished in the top half of his law class, although records indicate that he finished near the bottom. Okay, that's the character you're talking about. So he's been doing that ever since in the 1980s, before this woman probably was born. So, I mean, do some research, girl, okay? Don't just be stupid. All right, so, and Jillian Robredo kept tweeting things that are fooling her mom's supporters. So, and she said, I don't even understand why this is a close fight to begin with. As if she knows what she's talking about. So, I mean, if you believe the polls, I mean, you must be so stupid to do that. And she's so arrogant here. That's the reason my brain hurts, because of the stupidity going on here. So she said, why would you vote for a president who has no respect for human life? I don't know what she's referring to. I mean, what do you mean no respect for human life? Okay, you're talking as if President Trump advocated or is advocating for abortion or late term abortion. You're talking as if he bombed or dropped hundreds of bombs in the Middle East. Okay? Because all of those were done by Obama, Clinton, and Biden administration, right? They are fighting for late term abortion. If you're a Catholic and you're that stupid and you think that abortion is not bad and your TDS is just proof of your stupidity, then I don't know what to do. Okay? So I said, I don't even know where to begin with. That's exactly how I felt while I was reading that. To try to dismantle your libelous assertions because it's so stupid and baseless. You're talking like Trump advocates for abortion on the go and that he destroyed Libya in the Middle East. I said, oh, that's Biden, Obama, and Hillary Clinton. And then I said, get some proper education. So these are the drama going on in the Philippines. I mean, she's just saying all this, I think, just to justify her mom's vice presidency. I don't even like Bongbong Marcos to begin with, but looks like what they're telling us about the cheating in 2016 by the Liberal Party is actually true, right? So the stupidity going on here, this woman needs to get some proper education, really. I mean, I don't even know why she hates Trump that much. I'd like to know exactly. Probably because he's racist, because I debunk all those. Okay? I I dealt with a lot of liberals online, and I asked them what exactly is your beef with Donald Trump, and then they're gonna tell me he's racist. Oh, really? I think he only became racist when he started to run against Hillary Clinton, because before that he was friends with blacks. He was friends with Muhammad Ali. He was in a picture with Rosa Parks and a lot of black people. And he even fought for black people even before he became, president. Okay? And for you to tell that he's racist just because he's a Republican and just because the fake news media told you so shows how stupid you are. And if you're gonna say because of his character, he's a non-PC person. I'm a non-PC. I'm not a politically correct person. Again, a political correctness is a technical term. It doesn't mean being politically correct, literally. Okay, it means saying what you think is right, regardless of whether you're gonna hurt some other people's feelings. Facts matter. Okay, facts don't care about your feelings. And then we have this news from ABS-CBN that says Trump does not plan to concede anytime soon. This guy said the US media declared Biden as a winner, right? And she's right. It's the private television networks that declared Biden to be their own winner. Okay? So, since there is an existing case before the courts of law, then that means that Trump did not concede and there is no election winner yet. Okay? That's going to be determined first by the courts. Now, there's this one guy that said, the TV networks also declared Trump to be president in 2016. And then I said the difference is Hillary Clinton conceded. That's a difference. Okay? So in 2016, yes, let's just say and admit that it's the television networks that declared Trump to be the winner because they couldn't do anything else. The Democrats couldn't do anything else. And it was clear that Trump was actually the winner of the Electoral College votes. He got more than 270 votes. And it was clear that night that Trump won the most number of electoral votes by exceeding the 270 electoral votes benchmark. So that's what we have today. We have all this fake news in the Philippines trying to spread liberal propaganda and PSI operations or propaganda, showing that the American media are celebrating or the American people are celebrating the victory of Joe Biden when in fact there's actually no decision yet because only the voters, okay, once every valid votes are counted, can decide who their president is, okay, not the media, not the fake news media that did all those collusion and this Trump impeachment, etc., over the past 3 to 4 years. Okay, so it's only the voters that who are gonna decide who their president is gonna be. And as we can see, President Trump's legal team filed a lot of cases with the courts of these Democrat swing states. Okay, in order to fight the so-called or alleged election irregularities on November 3rd. So we don't know yet who's going to be the president, but he's still going to be president until January of 2021. In the Philippines, okay, if you want mail-in ballot voting, go for it. If you think that's good for the good of the Filipino people, then go for it, because that's exactly the reason why Biden was declared winner by the fake news media, because of mail-in ballot voting. And it's fun to see that looks like coronavirus is over. Okay, these are posts coming from Inquirer. It's been posting a lot of victorious or celebratory pictures of American people, especially in Democrat New York, celebrating the victory of Joe Biden. So looks like the coronavirus is over, because basically the Democrats used or politicized this crisis, the coronavirus crisis coming from China, in order to come up with a new scheme to rig the election. So they came up with this universal mail-in ballot system. What I mean by universal, whether you like it or not, there's a difference between absentee ballot voting, in which you're gonna request for it. You're gonna request with your electoral authority that, hey, I need to have an absentee ballot sent to me. Okay. On the other hand, universal or forced mail-in ballot is forced. Whether you like it or not, they're gonna send the ballot to you, and they're not gonna care whether that ballot is gonna be intercepted or someone is gonna sign it for you. Right? That's the difference. So, would you like to have a universal ballot system or voting in the Philippines? Well, it's up to you. Looks like you like Biden. Okay, and they use that to win the election by cheating. Okay, they sent millions, probably millions of mail-in ballots to some people, and then they hijacked all these mail-in ballots, so that when they learned or discovered that Trump was winning before 8 p.m. of November 3rd, okay, when they learned that Trump was winning, they had to freeze, okay, the counting. And this actually happened. They had to freeze the counting of, mysteriously, coincidentally, Democratic swing states: Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Nevada. So these are the swing states during that night. Remaining swing states that are still counting, or were still counting the votes, they had to freeze the counting because they had Plan B. They knew that Trump was winning by more than hundreds of thousands of votes, especially in Arizona and Pennsylvania, and Fox News refused to call that for Trump. Okay, despite the fact that Trump was leading Pennsylvania and Arizona by more than 100 to 300,000 of votes. And again, the Democrats had to stop the counting, stop the calling of winners per state, and we didn't know what happened after that, and they couldn't explain to the public what happened, why they had to stop the counting, because they had a Plan B. The Plan B was to poison the ballot system, to merge all these mail-in fraud mail-in ballots with the valid votes cast or sent before or on the day of November 3rd. And after that, after a few hours, we learned that Biden was leading. Okay, Biden was leading, and there are a lot of stories. In fact, a few people working for USPS came to authorities under oath to expose the irregularities done by USPS officials. So it looks like there was conspiracy between USPS officials and Democrats to rig the election. And these workers of USPS are willing to state under oath what actually happened and how they helped rig the election in favor of Biden. So in the Philippines, if you want this type of system, it's up to you. But, you know, the registration, voter ID, etc., that you are advocating, those are all being rejected by the Democrats for being racist. Okay, they don't want Americans to register, especially illegals, because they know that the only way they could win elections is by cheating, because if there's no registration and voter ID, they can always rig the election like they did on November 3rd. Okay, in the Philippines, since we cannot use racism or race card against each other, then we're gonna stick with the system because we know that time is of the essence when it comes to counting, and when it comes to electoral integrity, we know that registration is a must. Okay, we need to register. The Filipinos are smart, okay, but some politicians are so corrupt and evil that they're not simply going to steal the ballots, but also kill their own political rivals. But then the Filipino people are smart and they understand that voter registration and ID are important to help protect electoral integrity. The Filipino people are smart. And this is again a censoration vlog, and have a good one to all.